Chief Frank Soto Jr. will be speaking, the fire chief. He'll begin our press conference today.
Okay, go ahead. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending our press conference. We're here obviously to talk about our determination of our investigation on the fire fatalities from yesterday. As a quick recap of yesterday's events, at 2:48 a.m. yesterday on October 30th, we were dispatched to a fire call at the 9800 block of East Alton Avenue. We were advised that there was a possibility of 2 occupants still inside the home when we got there. First arriving unit for Spokane Valley Fire Department was Valley Engine 2. They arrived in minutes, and the house was fully involved, and they were quickly notified via radio and on scene that there was 2 children, 2 kids that were still inside the home. At that time, our personnel did everything they could to get inside the home. We used what's called a VES, vent enter search, where we made entry into the bedrooms where the thought was the children were in one of the 2 bedrooms. We were able to get both of them out, and we provided all resuscitative measures that we could, and unfortunately we were unable to resuscitate the children, one being 7 and one being 9. I want to thank all of those in law enforcement, all of our responders, first responders, AMR, the City of Spokane Fire Department, Fire District 8, obviously the Spokane Valley firefighters, American Medical Response for responding and making every effort was made to resuscitate those 2 boys, and unfortunately we weren't able to accomplish that. I would ask that our citizens continue to pray for the families involved, and I ask that you pray for our first responders as well, and our community as a whole. We're all hurting. It's never easy to go on a fire fatality, and it's even it's incomprehensible when you have to go to a child that has died. And in this case, it was multiple deaths. So we're hurting, and we ask that you continue to pray for us. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to one of our investigators, Dustin Thurman. Thank you.
So as Chief Soto said, we did an extensive investigation of the fire yesterday. Myself and an Assistant Fire Marshal, Kip Crow. We spent a lot of time there yesterday and some today, and we've determined the origin of the fire was the exterior near the front porch of the residence. The cause was unfortunately an improperly discarded cigarette that landed between the house and what was thought to be an improper ashtray, and landed in the combustible materials, and it spread to the exterior of the house and then eventually got inside the house to cause this tragedy.
My name's Brett Anderson. I'm your Deputy Fire Marshal here at Spokane Valley Fire. With these tragic events, we try to take a moment in time and do some education and what can people do to help prevent this from happening, help keep tragedies like this from reoccurring. So I've got some points I'd like to make. If you have a house fire occurring, get yourself and everybody out. Once you're out, you can make your 911 call. You can take an assessment of what's going on, but do not go back in for anyone or anything in any circumstance. Make sure that your family has an escape plan. We talk about this every year on Facebook and in all our social media, and it's times like this that it gets hammered home, okay? Cigarette fires are not that uncommon. We go to multiple cigarette fires every year. With that being said, having good disposal practices is so essential to keep your home safe. Have an ashtray, use a tin can, make sure the can has water, Make sure that's away from any combustibles or structures. We're coming out of wildland season, but I don't know that many folks realize that we're coming into structural fire season. This is when people turn on their heaters for the first time. They're using appliances, sometimes not meant for heating inside their homes. It's a dangerous time. So make sure your appliances have been looked at and checked. Make sure that you're using the appliance appropriately. In other words, no barbecues inside to create heat. Don't use things the way they're not meant to be used. One final note, please make sure your smoke detectors are operating and that you've checked the batteries. We say this again every year, at least a couple of times. It's so important to make sure that that's working so that your family's alerted in case of emergency. Any questions? All right.
What's the condition? There was someone injured in the fire besides the two guys, correct? Do you know the status of that person's health?
Both people that were injured are minimal damage to them.
Are they out of the hospital?
As far as I know, yes.
When the two children were extracted from the house, were they found on their beds, or did you see them make an attempt to come out, and did you guys pull them out unconscious already?
We're not talking about victims tonight.
How's your staff doing right now?
As Chief Soto alluded to, we're hurting. It's hard to deal with any tragedy, but especially when you're literally hands-on. So we're having our critical incident safety debrief. We're following our best practices, protocols for behavioral health, and making sure that we're taking care of each other.
Are these the first two fatalities for your guys' department this year?
We've had, over the last 2 years, 4 fatality fires, or 3 fatality fires involving 4 victims.
Including this one?
Correct.
In the past 2 years, you said?
Is the house still closed off, or will it, is the area still unsafe?
The house has been boarded up. That's the typical action that we take with a structure that's not occupiable, and it will stay that way until either it's condemned or rebuilt.
Are you guys investigating anything else, or is this the end?
Our investigation's closed.
So were there not working smoke detectors in the home?
I'm sorry?
Were there not working smoke detectors in the
No, there was a working smoke detector.
Any other questions?
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys very much.